round.
All right, they can finally hear me. That's great. So, hello everybody. This is Rokko-chan. It's a really fun Flash-based Mega Man quality. Great game. You can actually play it for free in your browser. It's a lot of fun. A lot of top Mega Man runners have had times in this game, and actually some of the people who have worked on this game have gone on to do other really cool Mega Man projects. Our very own Zex has an amazing time. Hodorubi. I think Shoka actually even has a time of his own in Rokko, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a really cool game. It's played by a lot of really cool people, like my good friend Creed here, who's going to be on commentary with me, and my other good friend Crimmy Doodle. And hopefully we're going to give you a good run today. But sometimes this game doesn't play nice, so here's hoping. Sure thing. Alright, Crimmy, you start.
Donate. But seriously, love this event. Love helping out, donating, commentary, playing, whichever. Just hoping that everyone hopefully donates for incentives. Get these 4 people to AGDQ, and we're just gonna have ourselves a good time.
Yeah, no, I'm always excited to be part of here. Rokko-chan's it's a fun run. It's a relaxing run. So hopefully we'll be able to kick back for a solid 20 minutes or so and just enjoy a good Mega Man.
Hey, what's up?
That you're echoing. Hold on.
All right, great. Apparently I'm echoing.
Sent. Just mute your mic on OBS. It'll go through my Discord.
Right, that's cool. All right, yeah,
Okay.
it should be good now. I muted my mic.
Yeah, that sounds better.
All right, cool. So are we good to go, or do you still need to set some other stuff up?
Whenever you're ready, I think.
Cool. I'll give you 3, 2, 1, and then we'll get it started.
All right, good luck. Go get it.
All right, let's do it. Go Rokko-chan. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Whoop. There we go. Clicked outside the window. Game does not take inputs when it's not in focus.
Alright, so this is Rokko-chan. It is a lot like Classic Mega, except you have a dash. Anyone who follows Mega Man should look immediately familiar.
Yeah, Rokko-chan. I'm sorry. Rokko-chan's movement is pretty much similar. Like you said, you got a dash, but one of the main things that you're gonna notice is that Rokko has a unique jump height. When she walks, jumps like normal, she has a really high jump. When she dashes normally, she has a significantly lower jump. What Sin just did in the second Yoku block room is a standing dash jump. Now you think that similar to Mega Man X, that's no big deal. That's the standard movement tech for Mega Man X and is for this game. But for this game, it's special. If you do a proper standing dash jump, you get the speed of a dash while the height of a normal jump. That allows Sin to skip to that particular ladder in the second Yoku room.
Yeah, so what he's going to be doing here is there's an auto-scroller, but you can actually outrun the auto-scroller, so he actually has to platform through it invisibly, and looks like he got through it well. Yeah,
I'm gonna take this room really slow. So these are 1-width blocks, and they're kind of shoddily coded. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of things in this game are great. Those blocks are not, and you will just clip through them and die. So I'm gonna slow down a little there to make sure that doesn't happen.
So we're Buster doing our first boss, Volcano Man, just jump and shoot.
Yeah, it's a match heavy fight. You think that you probably would be better off doing like rhythmic mashing, but no, that's not the case. You're pretty much gonna have to do a lot of mashing because Volcano Man is really attack heavy. Pretty much you want him to do eruptions every single time, but well, he pretty much get him pretty decently.
That was a solid fight, yeah. The idea is when he's doing his attacks, you want to make sure you can hit him in the air. Sometimes that means, taking a hit intentionally off one of his fireballs, or off of him himself even, just to make sure you can jump up and hit him in midair, get that additional hit in each cycle. So we do Volcano Man first for a couple of reasons, but mainly it's to get the Volcano Cannon, which is ridiculously overpowered. Hits 6 times, it's in a huge area. And we're going to be using that to basically break through the rest of Plant Man stage. With that, we definitely have some time to name if you want to play some stuff.
Alright, cool. We actually got a very nice donation in just now from EI Bell. A $110 donation, actually.
Ooh.
I say, here's $60 for 100% Kirby. And with that, the donation incentive for Kirby is met on that. And then also, and $50 to A Link to the Past, low percent. Get hype for hype and peace easy if all. So confused me for a little bit. Okay, so that actually...
How much more is there for that Link to the Past donation incentive?
Link to the Past is actually only about 107 away, so we are more than half the way there to the end for that donation incentive.
Get your money in.
Yeah, this is the last game.
Yeah,
before-
roughly,
It's a pretty short run, so come on, get them in.
yeah, about 20, maybe 30 minutes tops, if that. Probably not, but about 20 minutes to get the last 107 in, which I believe in it. We can do it, guys.
Yeah, we can do it.
Sen always makes these vines look so easy, but I swear they're not this easy.
Yeah, the hitboxes on the vines are really finicky. You can pretty much just sometimes just over jump them and you fall into a pin and die. Yeah, it's really wonky like that. Anyway, for Forest Man, you don't want him to do many high jumps. You want him to stay on the ground like that for long periods of time and just pelt him with a whole bunch of volcano cannons, which is really dangerous because you'll be, as you saw, he was using it throughout most of the stage. You're running a risk of running out of volcano cannon before you actually kill Forest Man. Fortunately, he had enough to actually beat him.
Yeah, that fight can definitely get hairy if you just get some bad luck, he does some high jumps on you. So here, at the start of this area, we beat Forest Man and we get the Beetle Jet, which is basically the rest jet of this game. We're going to go ahead and drain it immediately to get across this section, but we also want it to be empty so that we can manipulate Jetman to a more favorable pattern.
Anyway, also what Sin just did, if you're familiar with Mega Man 4 speed running, there's, well, it's kind of sorta, but you notice that when he was transitioning with the Beetle Jet, he was able to do an extra jump. You're able to store and buffer a jump on transition while on the Beetle Jet. So when at the end of the transition, you're technically doing a double jump. In doing that, he was able to summon another Beetle Jet and fly to near the top of the screen and just bypass the rest of the area until the Beetle Jet was emptied out.
Well, that was awkward. I missed one of the shooter guys, and those platforms are actually on a global for the room. So I just I have many times thought I was on cycle and just jumped right into a pit where a platform should be. So I decided to slow it down just a little bit there.
Anyway, this area is pretty much just a simple auto-scroller. Really basic, none to really talk about. You probably can get a quick donation or two, but Jetman is coming up immediately after.
Okay. Yeah, if I got time, just interrupt me if anything important comes up. But once again, we are more than halfway to that low percent Link to the Past, changing the category we're running for that. Blunt Bunny's favorite category to run that game in, so please be sure to make him and the fans happy. Got to get that met. Got about 20 minutes left on that one. More than halfway there. Shouldn't be too hard to get there. And remember, you are entered to win a chance to win Zelda: A Link to the Past SFC card if you donate during this block with a $5 minimum. So just keep those donations coming. We definitely appreciate all that I've donated so far. Just keep it coming.
There's really not a lot of interesting things to say about how Jetman works. The way the damage against Jetman works, though, you will wind up leaving him with exactly 1 health if you only use Vine Whip to hit him. So we emptied out our Rest Jet earlier, so we could just kind of quickly tag him with a bullet at the start of the fight. And that just works out really nicely.
Yeah, and the Force Whip is it's a melee weapon, but it's actually really good. It's really powerful, and it has like a really huge hitbox. Actually,
Yeah, the Force Whip is probably the second strongest weapon. Actually, all the weapons do standardized damage. The Force Whip does 4 units of damage. The the jet missile that he has here and another weapon that he's going to get later, the lightning flash, does 3 units. The rolling ring, which he gets here, does 1 unit of damage but fires 3 times. You'll see that later. And the ice shield, which he gets last, does 2 units of damage for every enemy. So yeah, the weapons are actually pretty standardized.
yeah, we kind of neglected to mention one of the gimmicks of this stage, Rolling Man's stage. So the stage itself was rolling as he went through it.
Yeah, the hitboxes on the platforms where they're rolling are also just as finicky. Trying to get in position can be just as hassling. Trying to get the stage to properly rotate. Also, as you saw, he was able to do another transition jump with the Beetle Jet to get to a higher place, so he can go through the vertical sections quickly.
Yeah, so this is the Rolling Man fight. Honestly, he doesn't really do anything too interesting. You just kind of fire jet missiles at him. There's a specific timing you want to hit him with them because he's kind of always, ever approaching you with his little short hops. But as soon as he rolls up into his ball, it's kind of fire and hope you hit him at the right time. But he's very rarely an issue on as long as you fire jet missiles. Now, every Mega Man game needs a ninja. Why does it need a ninja? I don't know, but for Rokko-chan, Lightning Man is that ninja.
Yeah, Lightning Man stays a mixture of multiple gimmicks from like past Mega Man games. Like you see the electric sparks, the electric walls from Sparkman. You saw the conveyor belts that you see like from Metal Man. There's even some junk that's gonna be falling from Mercury from the Mega Man 5 Game Boy version, and of course there's going to be a blackout section later on that's going to be reminiscent of a few Mega Man games in the past. Otherwise, it's really just a standard stage. Nothing too special. You just got to make sure that as for the conveyors, you're going with conveyors and not against them. But otherwise, just a pretty straightforward stage.
The one cool thing is you can kind of just like clip through the ceiling there. Like the game just pushes you down for some reason and makes that possible.
Thankfully, it still counts as riding the jet. It doesn't like push you through and make you drop.
It does if you're too far forward on the jet, as I actually found out today.
Really?
Yeah, I was messing around with it. Oh, okay. So this is Lightning Man. Lightning Man can do a few things. Walking forward is one of the worst things he can do. Because as you can tell, the rolling ring is a really awesome.
Actually,
he also has an attack that makes him invincible, but thankfully he didn't use it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that in a way that's kind of better luck than him coming towards you, rather than him coming towards you and jumping a lot. Rather that than having him go invincible on you for a moment.
Add another one if you got time.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Got a $20 donation from Poop Post Bot 5000. Says, I want to underscore Rokko-chan. Puts towards ALTTP low percent. Oh, we just got another donation in from Mr. Used Pizza, who donated $29. Says, hey, I want 27 of this towards ALTTP, so Blunt Bunny can get his knob polished. Hopefully this is legal. I'm going to start the 2 bid wars with $1 on PSX MM8 and $1 on Mario Party 2. Thank you. See you next.
Alright. Thank you for those donations. DP weighing in on his opinions on some of these bid wars. If you have a different opinion, feel free to donate. Let us know.
Yeah, for Hockey Man, there's really not much to say. You saw him using the Beetle Jet to get through majority of the stage. Of course, that's most stages where you can able to do it. And the mid-boss, you can just pelt them with volcano cannons. Another is generally straightforward stage, so nothing really special to talk about here. As for Hockey Man, you kind of want him to stay still for a little bit, not moving so much, so he can just pelt him with lightning flashes. Otherwise, he's not that bad of a fight.
He's not a hard fight, but he's definitely an annoying one, because as he moves back and forth, the timing for when you need to shoot changes. So it's very easy to accidentally be shooting a little too quickly or a little too slowly based on how much he wants to move. But yeah, he's certainly not a terrible fight. Lightning Flash goes right through the shield and takes him out without much trouble. So we're going to move on to the Mad stages now, which are effectively the Wily stages, and if everything goes right, Mad 1 is going to look really cool.
Yeah, so going into Mad 1 here, we're going to have a horizontal room, and then after this is going to be followed by a vertical room. And this vertical climb that's going to be coming up is really sick. There's all these platform cycles that he's going to have to catch, and he's going to be using the jet.
Nope.
Oh.
Well, never mind.
But you can use the jet if you jump on it as it's spawning before it actually starts moving. Because it doesn't start moving, you actually can use it as a platform without using energy, which is one of the key tricks of that area.
Yeah, it's one of the tougher tricks to do properly. It's really technically sound. One of the harder technical tricks in Mad 1, and probably the whole game, really.
Yeah, and then there's going to be some tricky platforming here. He could just fly over this, but he will be needing more jet energy later. And jet energy is really tight for the Mad stages. As in classic Mega Man, your weapon energy doesn't refill for between stages for the remainder of the game. So weapon energy routing is very important.
So for the upcoming boss, the Mad Sisters, they share the same life bar, but they have different weaknesses. The one in gold is weak to the lightning flash because it pierces through her shield. Meanwhile, the silver one with the axes is weak to the the rolling ring. You don't want it to be on the air too long. If they're in the air, that's pretty much a major time waste, especially for the Gold Lancer. But Sim pretty much went through that pretty cleanly.
Mind if
So,
I cut in?
1 second. There is an important trick at the start of Mad 2. So I could have just flown across the pit in Mad 1, but I wanted to save the energy to go for a little bit of a silly trick here in Mad 2 we recently discovered. Basically, it turns out you can actually skip some of the cycles on this Crusher. All you have to do is perfectly time a rush jet flight through the start of their I fell off the rush jet. Never mind, go ahead.
You hate to see that happen.
Honestly, I was kind of surprised about this, especially when I used to run this game. Doing exactly what Sin did in Mad 1 used to be one of the older strats, actually, so I'm kind of surprised that it now has a legitimate speed use now.
Just a quick update on LTTP low percent. We are actually only $55 away at this point. So we are almost there.
Oh,
we got
yeah,
about 10 minutes left in this run, maybe? 10, 15?
Yeah, it's about 10 minutes left in the run, I'd say. So we can definitely get there.
Yeah. We are right on the cusp, folks. Just get those donations in, and we can get a beautiful low percent following this awesome run.
Yeah, you could probably get a quick donation or two during this auto scroll. There's really not much to talk about here.
I got a couple donations, but they were just... I actually already read them.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I was going to point out for this auto-scroller that while we had the good auto-scroller before where you could outrun it, in this one they put spikes on the edges of the screen so you can't outrun it.
It almost kind of makes you think the Volcano Man auto-scroller was intentional to be skipped.
Maybe.
Anyway, for the underwater section, you're gonna obviously use the Beetle Jet to pass by through it. But let's see, will he get the jump?
I got it.
Nice. That
Nice
jump
jump.
is actually pretty. It's a pretty tricky jump to time, actually.
Yeah, and you have to do a really short hop because when you're in midair, you move slower than the jet. So if you jump too high, then the jet just outruns you. I actually saw him practicing this just before the marathon stream went live, actually, and he jumped like a pixel too high and lost the jet. And
that's actually the quick kill on the whale there.
yeah,
That whale boss has 3 different weak points: its mouth, its sonar, and a little dot on its head. And the idea is you need to destroy all 3 parts to destroy the boss. The trick part is the mouth is only vulnerable when it's open, so you want it to open its mouth as much as possible. And it will open its mouth constantly as long as the other 2 parts are destroyed. So by firing a very specific set of volcano cannons into the top 2 parts to hit both of them simultaneously, you can really quickly get through the mouth there.
Alright, so for Mad 3, it's another generally straightforward stage in the game. Luckily he saved enough Beetle Jet so he can do just a minor skip towards the end of the stage. And after annihilating this mid boss, we right chasing, get some right armor action. But he's gonna need to carefully go through this section so the right armor doesn't explode early. So he can use it to quickly get to the upper section.
Yeah, you actually need the right armor in order to make that jump. So if you lose the right armor, then you have to beat up another right armor and steal it. And it's really
That'll use the Beetle Jet, but you don't want to.
Oh yeah, or Beetle Jet.
So this is the Mad Machine. It has 6 different faces that we need to hit twice with Vine Whip. They open in a completely random order, with semi-random timing. It's not always a fun boss.
Yeah, this is a fight though that kind of demonstrates, as I mentioned before, that Force Whip has a huge hitbox. It's like as long as you're generally in the area of one of these things, you can still get hit.
That was pretty good. The top 2 are definitely the worst. They have some of the most annoying attacks. They're just the hardest to get to. So in the situation I was in, I decided to wait up top and see if top left and top right would just, let me destroy them before I went down.
Yeah, having those top two left is probably one of the worst situations you could probably be in trying to beat the thing fast. It's really hard to try to get them because as the fight goes on, they pretty much attack faster and faster, and it just gets annoying. Well, anyway, boss rush. I know everybody likes the boss rushes.
The boss rushes are pretty similar to the fights normally, except obviously your health carries through, so you don't really want to get hit too often. Also, in kind of an annoying way, the bosses can hit you after you've teleported out, and they can leave their health pickups right on the teleporters, so you can't avoid them. So a lot of this is just kind of hoping the bosses give you good patterns. Really, the only scary one here, and I'm going to slow down a little just to be safe, is Volcano Man, because you have exactly enough ice shield to kill him. If you miss a single shot, you have to start bustering.
Yeah, Volcano Man is probably the only unique fight because you actually have his weapon. So it's fortunate that he didn't miss.
Rolling Man's another annoying refight because he can do exactly what he's doing right now, where he just decides he'd like to stand on the platform. But thankfully he decided to bounce off of it.
Just a quick reminder, we are still $55 short away from LTTP low percent. We are getting kind of close to the end of this run here.
A
Donations
couple
in.
minutes left, so come on, guys, get your donations in right now. Let's go.
Make it happen.
Forest Man really just wanted to walk me into a corner there, so wound up on the other side of the room and had to get. But yeah, we're down to the final three fights of the run. Wily Tank, the Wily Copter, and the Wily Capsule. Wily Tank is weak to Volcano Cannon. He takes off in the Copter, and instead we fire jet missiles at him. I'm going to use just a little bit of a safer pattern here. Marathon strats and all that.
The interesting here, though, is going to be that if you paid attention at the start of the stage, he refilled his jet, which might make you think, why would you refill your jet for the refights? Well, the reason is because when the jet teleports down, it actually hits the final boss in time. Wait.
And time.
Yeah.
Although we actually use the game's in-game timer, so it's, you know, if you don't mind giving us a minute to let the credits play out so we
Ooh, nice, just in time.
The floor with his nose.
We actually. You want to?
I think I missed the timer there.
Okay.
That's all right. We use the in-game timer anyway.
Yeah, the in-game timer is surprisingly accurate, so it's not a bad thing that you missed the timer.
Yeah, one of the cool things about this game is this is a Flash game. It does run at a variable frame rate, unfortunately. But the in-game timer is tied to that frame rate, so if your game is slightly slow or slightly fast, it doesn't matter. But I'm hearing like 2143 from chat, which is not a great run, but hey, that's all right. It's a good marathon run.
2143 is actually a pretty freaking good time considering.
Now, one other thing I want to touch on. This game has sort of a history with JRTA, doesn't it?
A little bit. I think it's been in every single JRTA we've done, hasn't it?
I believe so.
I thought he missed one run. I don't remember it being in JRTA 3. Was it in 3?
I feel like Zex and I raced it, but it's
y'all. I know y'all raced Rokko-chan when you tried to get Raindrop Dry over. That was during that. I know that for certain.
Maybe Creed's right, but yeah,
it might have missed one.
Classic game, yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of cool. JRTA is establishing some of these games. Like we see this a lot. We see Magical Poppin' a lot. We're going to see that later in the weekend.
Oh yeah, looking forward to that run by Mill.
Love me some Poppin'.
So
and you know what else?
Keeping the tradition alive.
Sorry, Golden. But you know what else I love?
What's that?
I love some LTTP low percent.
That's right. The very last minute there, we got a donation in from Mecha AO, the 55 we needed. So low percent has been met.
Awesome.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
Sound the alarms.
Nice.
Thank you for everyone that donated to that incentive. keep on keeping on. Once again, spread the word for JRTA4. It's for a good cause. We need to get some for the Japanese runners over to HEDQ. Do you have that? I can't have my stream up. Do you have the info up on that? Oh no.
Yeah, 21:45. So
Okay.
Good run, everyone. Thanks for having us, Golden, as always. Always great to come out and do a run for JRTA.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You are free to go.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep supporting.
What they said.
All right, everybody, stick around. We'll be right back.